Hi everyone, so this look is just an autumn leaves inspired look. I'll put a picture of the thumbnail of where I got my inspiration. These aren't made up leaves, they are from a real picture. Sometimes when leaves are changing from brown to red to yellow, they take on almost a burgundy shade, and that's where I've gotten the burgundy lips and the burgundy lower lash line from. It's kind of a smoky eye with a smoky eye. So it's a little intense, a little rich, but so is fall. So I hope you enjoy this look and thanks for watching. Alright, so to get started, I'm going to highlight under the brow bone. And I've already applied the Too Faced Absolutely Flawless Flexible Coverage Concealer and Perfectly Nude above and below the brow. And Urban Decay Primer Potion in Eden from the lid to the brow and a little underneath. So obviously you don't need that much product. I do the concealer just to give my eyebrow an airbrush finish, and of course you just need primer so that your eyeshadows stay and don't crease. This is just a highlight. You don't need a ton of it, just give it like a stroke and then you can just blend it out from there. It gives it a more subtle highlight than using a frosty white shadow, which is not exactly my cup of tea, but it's up to you what you like to do. So I'm just gonna blend that out a little bit. And put a little bit of that into the tear duct to brighten up this look. Now I'm going to be taking a yellow as my base shade, and that particular shade is AMC number 57 right here. This one appears almost matte, but it does have shimmer in it. It's a pretty intense yellow. It does remind me of Butter Cupcake, except Butter Cupcake has more of an orange undertone to it, or a golden undertone to it. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that and pack it all over my lid. Now just to get a nice just to get the lid shade all even, I like to go into the fold of the lid and just sort of move it around the edges of it just to get it all smooth and even. If you don't have a definite crease or lid, you can do this and just make one yourself. Just know where your real eyeball kind of like stops. So wherever your eye opens up, that would be about your eyelid. I'm going to go ahead and take this Inglot palette, and I'm going to go ahead and take 111R, and we're going to take the darkest peach shade on this e.l.f. Mineral blender brush. So just stroke into the darker peach, and we're just going to go into the crease with that. We're going to give subtle definition and kind of blend out that yellow. If the yellow meets into the peach, that's fine. We're not really doing a metallic or a cut crease or hard edge look. So now we're going to go in with that same shade, 11R, and take the lighter peach. And we're just going to use this same brush, and we're just going to fluff out the brow bone. You could just use windshield wipers, nothing fancy. And just blend out the brow. And then I also took some of that light peach color and popped a little into my inner tear duct just to set the cream white. Now I'm going to take this sort of lighter brown shade right here, and we're just going to get our blender brush into some of that, and then just start in the outer corner, and we're going to do little circular motions from the outer corner, and then we're going to start branching it up into the crease about 3/4 of the way, and then whatever excess pigment is, you can just pull it from there. I'm going to go into the sort of mid-tone brown, and we're going to start working that into the outer corner of the eye. And then we're going to push it into the deep socket. and then just sort of blend that out as well. I'm going to tightline and waterline in Makeup Forever's #1 black. And if it goes too far, just quickly clean it up because this one's waterproof. Unless you're not using a waterproof liner, then never mind. I'm going to incorporate some of that orangey redness into the look, and this is Inglot's number 495. You can also get a matte version of this red, but I don't know that number off the top of my head. So we're just going to go into the crease with that same blender brush, because there's already some brown in the blender brush. That'll keep the look pretty cohesive and blended out pretty nicely. So we're just going to put that in. We're going to go about 3/4 of the way along where the initial blending of the brown started and where the blending of the deep socket color is, just where all the definition is. You want to put the red. Now we're going to go into that darkest brown color, the darkest one of them all right here. We're going to shade in the deep socket. And then, oops, sorry. We're gonna go up the lower lash line. The upper lash line, this is the e.l.f. contour brush. And then just smooth it out on the lash line. I'm going to go in with MAC Pearlglide in Designer Purple, and we're going to go over the lower lash line. And we're just going to go completely over the entire lower lash line. And I really want to get it rich and smoldery, and we're going to take number 115R, and we're going to take the darkest tone in 115R. This is number 114R, and this closely resembles the Makeup Forever purples. This one a lot more red. These two colors are not the same. So we're just going to go ahead and take this dark one. If you want the more cool tone purple, I'd go with 114. So with 115, we're going to go with that same e.l.f. contour brush, and we're just going to hit the lower lash line and go completely over it. Now I'm going to take the lightest shade in 115R, and we're just going to go over the very bottom of that. So just really smoke it out. I just got way too much pigment right there. Okay, so that's it for the lower lash line. And we're gonna go over the upper lash line with Urban Decay 24/7 liquid liner. And we're just going to do a fairly even line. I'm gonna go a little on the medium side here. And just barely flick it out. I don't want a very dramatic wing because we already have like the bottom lash line, which is very smoky. I'm sorry that the end of my tool is in the camera. Sometimes in order to go over the precision of a round eye, it's the way it goes. Alright, so I'm just going to do the other eye like that. And then I'm going to go in with my Youngblood Mineral Lengthening Mascara in Blackout. Love this. I'll put a link to the review, which does include a tutorial in the bottom bar. And there's also a code and link for the website for this. So I'm gonna just go over the other upper lash line, and I'll see you in a little bit. Now for lashes, I'm going to take the Ardell Accent Lashes in number 305. I'm gonna pop these on, and I will be right back. Alright, so they are on, and I've already seamed them and covered the band, whatever, with the same liquid liner. And now I'm going to be taking another liquid liner, and it is the Urban Decay 24/7 waterproof liquid liner. This is gold, and it's the color name is Dorado, and it's just a shimmery gold color. So you want to shake up especially the lighter ones first to get the color payoff. Since they aren't matte and they do have shimmer in them, you do have to shake them up. Now I'm going to go over the top of the black liner. I'm not going to go on the black liner, but just over the top. Whenever you feel the color payoff is going out, I would just reshake it and reapply. You can add this to the bottom if you prefer, but I haven't really tried it on the bottom. I don't think the gold would be appropriate looking on the purple. That's just my opinion. Now I've just applied MAC cream bronzer, the Weekend cream bronzer, and it's what I usually use. The Too Faced Aqua Bunny is a cruelty-free dupe of that. And then I just applied my Inglot YSM face powder over the top of my Too Faced Amazing Face Oil-Free Close-Up Coverage Foundation. Phew. Now I'm going to be taking a little bit of MAC's Blush Ombre in Vintage Grape, and we're just going to go in with a duo fiber brush. And this blush is a pretty pigmented purple, especially for a beauty powder. So we're just going to start it at the back of the hairline. Plums can tend to age people, plum blushes, that's my opinion. So I certainly wouldn't be putting this on the apples on my cheeks, since that is a technique that actually can age you. So I just put it toward the back of the hairline and stroke it forward, keep it young and fresh. I'm going to take MAC's Mineralized Skin Finish in Petticoat. It's just a nice pink with raspberry veining, so I think it's really going to work with this. I know Wet n Wild has come out with some mineral powders. They're like in tiny sifters. I haven't tried one, but perhaps there would be a good highlight for a couple skin tones in there. Just any light pinky highlight will do. You could even take like a light iridescent eyeshadow that has like a pink tone to it. Now I don't want too much going on with the lips. I think the eyes are pretty striking. So I'm just going to go in with one of my favorite NARS glosses, and that is Strawberry Fields. I got this last year. It was limited edition, but sometimes when they say limited edition, they end up making things permanent. Either way, it's just a raspberry red. It's kind of opaque. Just smooth that out. If you have finer or thinner lips than me, you might want to just quickly go over your lines or your lip line with a borderline pencil or a lip liner. And that's all for now. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Thanks so much for watching.